Welcome to the podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Tidl Sport's Recovery Spray for all of your aches and pains, as well as the Aussie Project Pies, available in Las Vegas for free delivery. Of course, today's episode is fueled by...
In Ireland, the highest form of compliment in any pub is an insult. So I'm considered quite complimentary. Proper No.12 Irish Whiskey.
Welcome to What Happens Here podcast, guys. I am your host, Jessa Rhodes. Today we have a lot of excitement, but let me introduce to you my co-host, Mr. Marcus Deegan.
What's the story, guys? Welcome to another episode. We thought we'd change things up a little bit here today. We thought we'd get a host in that's a lot better looking than me. She had one of the top listened and watched episodes in the podcast. The lovely, the beautiful Miss Jessa Rhodes. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Oh, gracias.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
You look a little bit different than last time you were here.
I'm a bit thinner.
You're a little bit thinner. So you had that. She is now a brand new mum. She had the baby. What is he, 9 weeks old now?
9 weeks today.
9 weeks today.
Born on Michael Jordan's birthday.
Is that right?
Doubles.
So do you think he's going to be a basketball guy?
We'll see. He's in the 90th percentile right now.
Well, you said he's pretty tall, right?
He was 21 and a half inches at birth.
21 and a half inches. Yeah, that's what they say.
What I'm used to being inside.
Oh, who's this guy over here? I would like to introduce you guys to one of our proud sponsors here at the podcast. These guys have got the tastiest, authentic meat pies in America, in Las Vegas. Now, it's an Australian product that you don't get to try over here. So being a bunch of Aussies that we are, we decided to maybe make them ourselves, and they've been really, really successful. Would you please welcome to the show the owner of the Aussie Project Pies, Mr. Alexander James Biffo, a.k.a. Bloody Biffo.
Holy hell, what an intro. Thanks, mate. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Did you bring some pies in today?
We did, but there's some right over there, actually.
Okay, cool. Can we have a look at them? I just want to show everybody. Can we see them? Lourdes? Thank you. You can come in.
She's shy. She's camera shy. So, yeah, it's a family-owned recipe. It's a secret recipe. We add all sorts of spices to the gravy to make it taste absolutely fantastic. So, if you guys want to check it out, check out at the Aussie Project on Instagram and Facebook. And as Jessa said, we deliver free anywhere in Las Vegas. So jump on there and give us.
And you guys are getting some really, really good reviews.
We
right?
are. We generally, 95%, pretty much all the time, anyone we deliver to, they leave us a nice review, and they always text us to tell us how much they like it, and a lot of reorders too, you know.
So where, you went from being like a stripper in the biggest male review in the world to making pies. What's that's such a different contrast.
Well, before I was stripping, I was riding horses for a living too. So I suppose in my life, I'd like to challenge myself. I just go. I hung up the saddle, put on a G-string. Now I'm hanging up the G-string, put on a baker's apron. I just like to mix things up.
I love it.
Have you eaten any Australian meat before, Jessa?
Here and there.
So anyway, we're going to get you to try one of these
today. Can I hide under
this table? Maybe take a couple of these pies home for you to try.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome. So you're back. Are you back?
I am back. I took some time off. I took a little hiatus, and then, had a happy accident. What is it Bob Ross says in life? There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. My son is my happy accident, my quarantine project. So,
the gift that keeps on giving.
I'm going to be back. I think the end of May. I'm going to LA to shoot some browsers.
So you're gonna get back into the industry. Last time we talked, you weren't really sure if you were going to get back into it or not. Now, obviously, everything's changed. You're going to do some comeback scenes for your OnlyFans, and you're also going to be working for Brazzers again.
Si, senor.
Wow. So there you go, guys. You haven't seen her for a while. She's had the baby, but now she's back. So she's a mum now, but it kind of gives it that little bit of...
I'm officially a MILF. That's a weird... I've been playing it since I was 22. That's the weird thing about porn is you're either the young girl. There's no middle ground. You're automatically the MILF once you get tits, and then boom.
Really?
So
what do you...
Now,
you're still...
I'm 28. I'll be 28 in June. So I'm still in that. I'm not quite the cougar stage yet.
No. What's cougar? What is cougar age?
I'd say cougar's more 40.
Yeah,
40 and above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, guys, it'll be great to be back. So look for me at onlyfans.com/Miss Jessa Rhodes and browsers.com.
Browsers.com. Browsers.
Is it browsers or browsers?
Well, there is browsers, but there's also browsers as well. They're two different companies.
Browsers,
obviously.
Oh, right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So what's the difference? You've had that baby. Has anything changed? Like as far as physically, how did you come back? Because you look when
My
you walk in.
tits are a lot bigger.
Yeah. You walked in, you looked amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So obviously, I mean, even when you were in here last time, you didn't look like she was pregnant. It was just everything was the same, and then she had the little baby bump. That's all there was.
He was pushing everything, like my intestines, my stomach, everything out of the way. But I was like holding him in because I luckily had abs before I got pregnant. So I bounced back quickly.
You still got a couple there. I can see them from there. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty
Look
good.
at that sweat.
Well, that's because it's that delicious drink that you're drinking over there. You're wearing the leather skirt. It's hot as hell. Can you tell us about the drink that you got there, Jessa?
Well, Marcus sure knows how to shake one up. This, my friends, is a Proper Blitz. It is 2 parts Proper whiskey and 1 part orange soda, garnished with a little slice of heaven with the orange.
And how is it?
Fucking delicious.
We're going to put the recipe in the description down the bottom there, guys. So if you want to try,
They can't remember 2 things?
I know. Listen, I had to write it down. I had to write it down. I had to write it down for you. What are you
I know, but I had to say it over in my head 10 times before I remembered it. So
Hey, we got a good show today. We got a really, really good show today. So I sent you the video of this guy that we're going to be talking to first, and you were like, I can't wait to talk to this guy. So have you seen the movie Rockstar? You know, Rockstar's that movie where Mark Wahlberg plays the guy that's in a tribute band, and then he ends up going up on stage and playing with the real band. Well, this is kind of similar to that. Can you imagine going to a concert, seeing your favorite band of all time that you love, then all of a sudden the band pulls you out of the audience and brings you up on stage to play some music with them? Can you imagine that? That is like the highlight of everyone's...
that's movie shit.
That's movie shit. But look, don't take it from me. Check this out.
I can't even remember the words. It's just too fucked up. Come on, this guy. 1 in 10. 1 in 10. 1 in 10. Don't wanna be overbearing.
You are an absolute rock star.
That is absolute rock star
You are an
status.
absolute legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, here from Las Vegas, speaking to the man in Texas, would you please welcome to the podcast, Kiss Guy Yayo Sanchez.
Yeah.
Woo! What's up, brother?
Oh.
Hang on. We got his. Hang on a second. Yeah, we good. All right. Can you hear us, Yayo?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, you got me. So, brother, how does it feel when you see that? I mean, look, I'm sure you've watched that video a million times. When you see that again, do those memories, do they get relived? And do you feel what it feels like when you're up there?
Yeah, you get the heat. Totally,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy. I
You
still
know,
can't
that's
believe
one of
it's
the, it's
real.
one of those. It's one of those. Do you ever have like a video that you go and watch all the time that makes you feel good? This is one of those videos that I always like to go back and watch because it really makes me feel good when I watch it. You actually got to do something that millions of people around the world absolutely dream of doing. Was that your goal when you went to that concert, that Foo Fighters concert? Yayo, was that your goal to get up on that stage?
Yeah, that was my goal to get up, but it was. I never thought it'd end up the way it did, But
And he absolutely fucking
I know.
crushed it.
I was
Like,
watching going,
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
that head whip and my vagina's a little wet. I'm just saying.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that, did you hear the things that Dave Grohl said? First of all, the most complimentary thing was, oh my God, I can't even remember the words to my own song.
Yeah.
Right?
How did it happen? Did they just pull you up, or what? Was it pre-organized, or how did it go?
no, it was not a setup. Everybody thinks it's a setup. It really wasn't. I'm just a
So they just saw you in the
Super-
audience and pulled you up?
No. I wrote a sign on a bright yellow piece of poster board that just said, "Let me play monkey wrench." And the truth is that an Australian kid named Joey did it first, and I saw it on YouTube. And so he's the guy that carries his balls in a wheelbarrow, and I've reached out to him, and we're friends now. And so he is the first dude that actually did that.
You guys should start a band.
yeah, well, we talked about it, but yeah. So I wrote the sign, and then it actually happened, and it kind of ended up going over way better than you could really plan for something like that to happen.
You looked incredibly natural up there
Yeah.
with them.
I've been playing to a lot of empty rooms, running around the stage the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a rule for myself as a dancer. Like, it doesn't matter if there's 4 people in the audience or if the room is packed. You still do the same show. So,
Yeah, and
right.
So
that
it's
just
the Super
shows
Bowl.
That's passion, man. That just shows passion that you get up there and do the same thing. So with the Kiss makeup, obviously you're a huge Kiss fan as well. Was that a plan to go there to stand out wearing the Kiss makeup? Because I've been to many Kiss concerts. Maybe I've been to about 5 Kiss concerts, and I always wear makeup. Was that your
hate
goal
yourself.
to get? I know, right? Was that your goal to stand out?
He wears makeup.
I mean, it was just a joke, really. I was hanging out with my buddy. I'm like, dude, we should wear some Kiss makeup and go to a Foo Fighters concert because that makes perfect sense. But nobody wanted to go with me, and so I went by myself, and and just wore the Kiss makeup bucket. It was, it was like middle fingers to myself because of where I was with my, music, and then it ended up working, and now changed my fucking life.
That's incredible. So you went there by yourself. All I would have been thinking if I was there by myself, like, fuck, I hope someone's recording this. You know what I mean?
No, I was just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Now, is it true, Yayo, that you only learnt the song the day before?
Yeah, man. It's power chords. But
Yeah.
Of course I've heard the song my whole life.
Now, when there's one part that I was curious about. There's one part where Dave told you to shred it out again, and you kind of looked down at your finger, and you kind of like, I don't know if you've like bit a bit of your nail off or something. Did your nail come off when you were playing that, or like what was that?
I was pulling paint out of my mouth. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I used acrylic paint, which is not for your face.
No.
And yeah, so
it's not.
before and we're in Texas, so it was hot. So before it happened, like it was just hard and crackly and just terrible.
But it actually added to it. It actually added.
I know the feeling, after a long day's work, it's just your face. It's hard to move things around.
It's painted.
Yeah.
Yayo, do you know who Jessa
I
is? Have you
did
seen
now.
any of her work?
Probably. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So do you have a band now? Are you working full time? Are you doing your music? So what's the goal with you, Yayo? Where do you want to go with this?
Dude, all the way, man. I completely, and so now and I just finished an album with a guy named Greg Raleigh, who he was in Santana and Journey, and
Wow.
he played Woodstock. He's the guy that sings Black Magic Woman. So we did an album, and I played, most of the instruments, helped him write it, and I was the engineer on it and co-producer with his son Sean Raleigh and him. And then I'm going into the studio to do an album with a band called And You Will Notice by the Trail of Dead. They're pretty well known and pretty cool dudes. So I'm co-producing their 11th album, and then got some shows coming up. I got invited to play with a band called Black Pumas that just came out, and they just played the Grammys. And so I feel pretty good to thanks to Uncle Dave Grohl. We've never talked since the show. I snuck back to Cal Jam with my friend, and we ran into Dave Grohl and had some words with him, and he introduced me to his mom and Joan Jett. And
He's taking you home to mom already? Jeez, that's pretty
dude, isn't that
serious.
crazy? but we haven't talked since then, but just, man, thanks to him, dude. things kind of went up at a level, you know?
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. Was it because of that getting up on stage at the Foo Fighters concert that gave you all these opportunities to do these further things? Was it because of that? Because I know how, artists struggle.
It's just sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
It's just they gave me I've been doing this for a long time before, like I said, playing to a bunch of empty rooms and stuff around. I played every shithole in the U.S. for sure. Yeah. And this kind of it was definitely a turning point. People, took me more seriously as wanting to make music a career, which is kind of like a unicorn job. But yeah, it did. So thank you, Dave Grohl, for changing my fucking life.
Were you always a huge Foo Fighters fan? Like, obviously, are they one of your top bands?
Yeah, they were 100%, dude. One of my favorite bands. We used to watch the Foo Fighters live at Wembley, and like, I was like the kid growing up that would go to Metallica concerts and like cry during Battery because it was just so epic, It's like
there's that word passion coming out in you again, bro. And like,
sorry, dude.
Yeah. You play drums, you produce, obviously you're an amazing guitarist and you sing as well. And I think the complete package is there. Yeah, you're humble and you're funny.
For as much talent as you have, you're humble and kind of shy, which is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys having me on here.
Is that on your YouTube?
Yeah, we're playing. Yeah, we're playing. You can check out yayosanchez.com.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do.
Dude, after the Foo Fighters, I produced a song. I had been working on this song called Mothership for like 4 years, and my buddy was like, "Dude, it's time to release it now," because I was sitting on it forever, and it ended up charting for no label, no nothing. I charted above U2 and Nickelback thanks to that whole thing,
Wow.
But
I'm a big
and then
U2
that
fan,
kind of
so.
Yeah, me too. But I mean,
That's crazy. Good for you.
It was
man.
for
That's
like
really
a week or two, but
that's an accomplishment. Don't shrug it off. You're being too humble.
Nah, dude. I mean, it's just Anyway.
Yeah. So I see a guitar behind you. Is that plugged in? Can we get a little?
Yeah. And the story behind this guitar is Gibson hit me up after Kiss Guy, and I was already a Gibson player, which is they're like the shit, as far as guitars, so they gave me this one, and I got it in the Dave Grohl color on purpose, just to always remember, that.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Texas, you've seen him up on stage, known as the Kiss Guy. His name's Yayo Sanchez. He's here on the podcast, and he's going to give us a little bit of a show. Over to you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I have to change my panties.
You're you need to come to Vegas. Jessa's looking for someone to shoot a scene with next week. Are you available?
I would destroy you, bro. You can't do that.
I like a challenge.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. I was sorry.
So, Yayo, is there anything that you want to plug before we head out, man?
yayosanchez.com, and check out And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead, and just that's it, man. Thanks for having me. And,
listen, man, whenever you're back in Vegas, we'd love to get you in the studio. I've just, from the first time I saw your video, man, it just makes me so happy. I've watched it so many times, like to where my wife is like, "Are you watching that video again?" I'm like, "Yeah," because it makes me happy to watch it. I'm proud of you, kid. I don't know you from Adam, but I love what you do, and I love what you're doing. I love your attitude. I love your personality. I think you are a star in the making, and it's only a matter of time, my brother. It's only a matter of time, man.
Thanks, man. That's cool. Did.
All right. Yeah.
So you guys have fun, man. Thanks for having me.
We will, brother, and we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, buddy.
Later.
Bye, love.
Later.
Wow. How good is that kid?
He's so
That's
cool.
unreal.
What a personality.
Like, he's so humble and so like
Oh man, I just love it. Like you got to check out the video, man.
Yeah,
he's just so good. I
actually just looked up his website. So
yeah.
checking that out.
So let's change the contrast now. Let's go something completely different. Let's go from. Oh, hang on a minute. I was going to say let's go from strippers and porn stars to strippers, but that's kind of the same thing, right?
Hey,
It's a different country.
He's a pie maker.
Yeah, he's a pie
I'm a
maker.
baker, mate.
He's a baker.
So let me give you a little bit of background on these guys. So they're a married couple. They just won male and female stripper of the year. It's really like, is there a lot of husbands and wives that are married in the porn industry?
Oh, absolutely. So many couples.
I don't understand how that works though.
I mean, are you talking to me?
Can I just get a little on my?
What?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, how does that work? Like you've obviously got to be a really cool husband to.
Well, when you think about it, I feel like any relationship has to have balance and it has to have equality. So when you're doing something and if you expect your partner not to be doing the same thing, but if you do it and you're trustworthy while you do it, then you expect your partner to be the same way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of relationships that I've come across. Kieran Lee and his wife Kate, and McBlue and his wife. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking. I've been so far removed from the industry.
Wow.
God, I'm so terrible. But so long story short, there's quite a few relationships that have lasted the test of the porn industry, and then there's a lot of relationships that haven't.
Yeah. Well, bringing it to that, without any further ado, these guys are coming in all the way from Australia. They got up at 6 a.m. this morning to do this interview. They just won male and female strip of the year. Look, they look like supermodels to me. As a matter of fact, their whole damn family looks like supermodels to me. And I'm just really thrilled to have them on the show today. They're all the way from Australia, Sydney, Australia. Would you please welcome to the podcast, Daz and Tamara? Oh yeah!
Hey,
Hey, Darren, did you just see that Did you just see that one with Yayo? Did you just watch that?
Absolutely, mate.
Because you're a big rocker. Both of you guys are rockers, right?
Massive rocker, and I was very jealous.
Yeah, what jealous of that he got up on stage with the Foo Fighters, man. What a great achievement, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can't play guitar, but I could get up there.
Yeah. So let's have a chat. So first of all, thanks very much for coming on the show. I do really appreciate it. And how long have you guys been together? How long have you been married? And were you both strippers before you met?
We've been together for a very long time.
Couple of decades.
Yeah. This year's actually our 10-year wedding anniversary. And I wasn't in the industry. Daz was in the industry, and I met him, and he got me into the industry. So he actually pulled me up on stage at a show, and the rest is history.
Okay, so that's got to be difficult, like bringing someone into the world of stripping that wasn't in it before. Darren, you obviously are a pretty trustworthy guy. Do you ever? You obviously you don't have a problem with seeing your girl get completely naked in front of a bunch of guys?
No, mate. No, we don't.
Yeah. Now, okay, so, but like Tamara, I noticed that in Australia, a lot of the when you go and do a show, you have to jump in your car and you have to drive to different pubs that are all around. Do you take security with you when you go?
No, I pretty much drive myself. I am my security. I'm my own security. I'm my own DJ. I'm literally, I do it all.
And you don't have any fear of not having any security or being on your own? Like, I don't understand that. Like, how does that?
Well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, you don't know what you're walking into. You know, you get that little bit of anxiety before a job because you're about to walk into a party. You don't know if they're going to be wasted. You don't know if they're going to be like, you just don't know. So you've got to kind of get your head into that mode and just go, okay. It's like an episode of that show, Thank God You're Here. You know, where they just open the door and you just walk into a scene and you're like, all right, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. And you just have to adjust to that environment and, yeah, just hope that nothing goes pear-shaped.
Now, if anything does go pear-shaped, as you said, can you tell straight away and like, nah, fuck this, I'm out of here. You guys are being dickheads, I'm gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you do get a good sense of people's energy. So I always just try to be really, you know, just really approachable and friendly and but also very strong. And, you know, you've got to have boundaries as well. So, I don't be aggressive or anything off the bat, because that usually gets people in a bit of a, on the back foot, and they just kind of look at you like, oh, who's this bitch, So I'll always kind of add a bit of humour when I'm doing it, so it kind of gets people in a bit of a better frame of mind. But I haven't really had any too bad experiences, and if I do, I usually just smash them in the face with something, or with my heel or something.
Just a stiletto.
I think what you just said is so important, because I'm a feature dancer here and I travel all across the country in the United States, and having a bit of a sense of humor is really important.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks the ice and allows them to realize that like you're here to have a good time with them, and but don't cross that boundary. Like I always do it in kind of a funny way and be like, ah ha ha, but like I did once put a guy in a chokehold for putting his finger in my butt, though. I actually leapt off the stage butt-ass naked and put a Chris Farley-looking motherfucker in a chokehold and almost made him pass out because it was his second warning.
Oh, wow.
So, like...
It was his second finger.
But so, like obviously, Tamara, there's only so much we can take. Like, you're like, I gave a warning already. And then once the guy's, like, being a drunk, belligerent asshole, you're like, all right.
Yeah, I've done that before.
But otherwise, it's all fun.
Yeah.
I've actually put my belt around a guy's neck, and I've just like pulled him into me, and I've just pulled it so tight, like, do you want to die? Like, do you really want to die? I'll give him that eye, but then I'll turn around, I'll look at the audience, I'll be like smiling, like,
yep.
This guy's cowering in his chair. Like,
Do you guys do double shows? Do you guys like do it together at the same time?
We do.
Yes.
Do you guys do aerial dancing together?
Aerial,
like where you have like the hoops and like the ropes and stuff?
Right, aerial. All horizontal.
Oh my God, that photo. Wow.
Check this out. So we got some photos up on the screen here, guys. So anyone that's listening on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Apple Podcasts, you can't see what's going on, but these two are absolutely stunning. Like, so you guys got a whole bunch of different routines and a bunch of different acts. Obviously, you guys are in really, really amazing shape. Both of you just look impeccably great. And if you saw their family. Not only are these two gorgeous, but their offsprings are gorgeous as well. The whole family's got those. Look at that. Look at that for a family right there.
Oh my God.
I mean, what the heck?
Bastards.
And there is the young one. There's little Ellie right there. And as you can see, that's a supermodel in the making right there.
100%. Oh my God.
So here's a question for you, Daz and Tamara. So you guys, how far do you go in your routine? Daz, do you flash it? Tamara, do you go completely nude and do the X-rated shows, or is it strictly G-rated?
I do R-rated shows, so I do go fully nude, but I don't use toys. So I open my vagina. I don't put things inside.
Darren, do you open your vagina and do you put things inside?
Absolutely, mate.
So listen, guys, here's something that and maybe Jessa could give you a little bit more information on this than I do. Considering that you are in the sex industry and you are naked in front of people, OnlyFans is something that's really, really lucrative, and you can make a lot of money on that. Do you think these guys would make a lot of money doing that, Jessa? And can you...
Please don't take my business from me.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Do you think they'd be successful in that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that something that you guys have thought about? Is that something that you would consider doing, or is OnlyFans not for you?
It is something that we probably haven't considered, to be honest. We've been so overwhelmed with just the physical element of the work, the system here in Australia. It's very demanding as far as, we're traveling and raising a child, and it's like, where would we slot that in? I'm not sure. Where does that go?
It's just a camera.
And to be honest, OnlyFans is not just for adult entertainment. You can do everything. The fact that Tamara's already getting on stage naked, if you're comfortable with photos being on the internet, I mean, you can do nude photos. You don't have to do XXX stuff. You could also just do your routines and completely clothed. I mean, I know makeup artists that are on there and make money.
Yeah, and can you give us a realistic realistically, on OnlyFans in a month, what could someone like these two make?
I don't know because I do shoot XXX, so I can only say what I make.
Yeah. Well, can you say what you make?
No.
Okay. So if you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I mean, it's different. There's a niche for everybody, though. That's the thing. Is like it doesn't have to be
right.
XXX. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Well, I
you're
did
constantly
my,
just generating that money, so it's.
Yeah.
I did do my first Zoom strip during COVID because obviously we couldn't get out, and I got booked to do, and it was for a hens party or a bachelorette party in Virginia.
Is that right? So they had an Aussie from Sydney doing one in Virginia.
Yeah, but there was and I'm like, this is like I've done this job for so long, yet I was completely out of my depth. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like stripping to a camera. There's no one
It's
here
weird
in
when
the
you don't
garage.
have the person there to interact with.
Yeah, it was very something different, and I'm like, this could be a thing. So maybe that's a similar sort of setup, right? To the to this.
We did a Zoom show for Thunder actually as well during COVID, which was kind of weird. As you say, like you're just sort of performing to a camera instead of people that sort of give you feedback and you can feed off their energy a little bit. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Now, how long have you been in the industry for, Darren? Now, let everybody around the world know, how long have you been doing this for, mate? Because I've known you since, man, I think you were one of the first male strippers that I ever saw back in the Hot Shots days, back in the, maybe it was the early 90s. Would that be right?
Well, if you want the complete truth, my first step on stage was in 1988.
I was 2.
Hey, I wasn't even a thought yet, okay?
You're just sparkling your dad's eye.
But hey, it's just a wriggle in your dad's nutsack. No, but but that's a really good achievement, though, Darren. So
yeah,
you look great. You look.
How
good.
old are you, brother?
Well, born in 1965, mate.
Oh, you look great, mate. Congratulations.
That's ridiculous.
Can you work?
I hope I look half as good.
Notice how none of us here can still know his age because we're all shit at math.
I know. But like 65 minus. I've run out of fingers, man.
56 then.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you guys busy in Sydney, and is that primarily where you work? I know that you go to Wollongong sometimes too, but is Sydney, Australia still as big with stripping as it was back in, say, the 80s and 90s, guys?
Well, for me personally, it's been sort of a roller coaster in the male industry, but ever since the Magic Mike thing came out, it's sort of boosted it up again. So it's kind of been revived in a sense with the Channing Tatum movie and the sequel. So it's been pretty good.
Now, have you guys been to Las Vegas before?
I haven't.
Yes.
He has.
Yeah. It's kind of a different scene over here. What do you think the difference would be? What everyone thinks here in Las Vegas is that anything goes. You can do whatever you want. However, the rules here are pretty strict. There is no full nude here. You can't flash it here. So
you have to keep your panties on. But
Okay.
if you're anything like me, I always find a loophole. I do crotchless panties. Like all of the strip club managers, when they hire me, they're like, Jesus fuck.
Is that right? You wear crotchless ones?
Oh yeah. I break all the rules.
Dang.
Well, because I mean, as I said, keep your panties on.
Yeah.
Panties on.
That's it. Keep your panties on. Take them off. So what would you do, Tamara and Daz, if and this is a little like premature, but if Ellie one day came and said, "Hey, I want to join the company. I want to be part of this. I want to do it," because I've seen her dancing skills. She's pretty damn good. Obviously, comes from an entertainment background. Is that something that you would encourage or discourage?
Look, I would be 100% supportive if she decided she wanted to get into the industry. I just feel it would be very hypocritical to not support it. At the end of the day, you love and support your child regardless, no matter what decisions they make in life. So, yeah, absolutely. And I would make sure that she goes down the right path. So I'd give her the proper guidance. She probably inherit some amazing costumes. So, yeah.
You guys make all your own costumes?
Yes, we do.
Do.
Because Darren, you're a bit of a talented seamstress. I know you've been doing that for a while, mate. Do you have a lot of the other people in the industry asking you guys to make costumes for them? And is that something on the side that you do?
It's something I originally started doing that's how I got into the industry. I was making all the rock and roll gear, and at the time I was outfitting a few rock bands, and sort of branched into the stripping industry, and that was my introduction into, or my gateway into the industry. Kept doing it during my career. When I was in Hot Shots, I became the costume designer, for pretty much every routine. As you know yourself, there's multiple routines in the show, so I had to be sitting on a sewing machine for weeks on end, sewing six this, six that.
Yeah.
Not as much now. I tend to be a little bit, tired of doing that. I'll make it the odd G-string here or the odd piece of costume, Velcro pants, but yeah, mostly just for ourselves. It's a good talent to have. When you need something, you just whip it up. It's great.
What do you guys do outside of the stripping industry? Obviously, mum and dad, and raising a gorgeous little girl. What do you guys do for fun?
Well, personally, I'm very much into the anti-aging thing. So
obviously,
you can tell. Can you send me some of that, whatever you use?
So I spend a lot of time just researching, and it's like a hobby. I love it. It's just finding, doing a lot of.
What would be the biggest piece of advice for anti-aging you could give?
The biggest piece?
Yeah.
Water and sleep.
Yeah, no cocaine or cigarettes.
God damn it.
Look, there is, unfortunately, there is no silver bullet. There's no magic pill. But for me, I think it definitely would start from the inner. How you manage your stress, or how you manage your dealing with your energy. That's it's a very Eastern medicine type foundation. So a lot of balance, your meridians and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty in depth. So I don't want to go.
I'm into all that too. I mean, they've been around for thousands of years. You know what I mean? Western medicine's only been around for a couple of hundred or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to. Yeah, it's very much. You go back to the traditional. So once you start doing the research, you realise you're going back to thousands of years of tradition. It all goes back to very much the basics of living. So good water, good sleep, good air, happy life, lots of joy. Live like a monk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm very much for the Eastern medicines. Like, my son is not going to be vaccinated. I induced him with acupuncture. I do acupuncture myself. Drink spring water, get your minerals, eat your greens. Yeah.
Botox, filler.
Right, of course, duh.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
But okay, I can't. This is me trying to make an angry face. I've definitely had Botox.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with that 100%. Like, you have to balance your, because stress ages you before anything.
Absolutely. I think I've been very fortunate. This lifestyle is amazing. To be able to do what you love is anti-aging in itself. To be in an industry where you're paid to look after yourself, you're paid to live a lifestyle that is fairly stress-free. It's a gift in itself. So
yeah, that's all. And Darren, Tamara, if people want to find you, if people want to book you, where can they get a hold of you guys? Because I'm sure that after this podcast is out, that you're going to get a few more bookings. So how do they get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, well, we're getting a lot of direct bookings through our Instagram, which is right there.
Yep.
We work through a few different agents as well, who are very very professional agents, and we also work in and out of other production shows. I work on Wild Boys. Tamara works on a few different pub
I've
show.
done like Bucks Cruise Sydney. I've done Twin Peaks. Just regular at all different venues all around Sydney. But we do a lot of private work as well. So like Bucks parties, birthdays,
a lot of
all
private
that kind of
stuff.
thing.
And
So,
our double shows are pretty much booked through agencies or direct as well.
Yeah.
What are your doubles? Are your double shows mainly like at events, or you get private bookings for the double
Both.
shows? Or?
Both.
Both. Yeah. Cool.
Well, the Sexpo
Yeah.
thing in Australia. Yeah, we've done quite a few of those. Just they're more like the, it's an audience. It's not interaction. It's you're up on stage. It's thousands of people there. So it's very much a production. Very similar to Thunder, right, on stage.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Thunder, everything's opening back up here in Vegas. Governor Sisolak said that as far as May 1st, bang, everything's back. So let's hopefully we can get this industry happening back here again, man, because the entertainment industry has been absolutely destroyed here in Las Vegas. It's left a lot of people out of work. I know you guys have been opened up in Australia for a little while. We're still all wearing masks here and everyone's getting vaccinated. It kind of sucks, but you've got to move forward and look up, and everything's starting to happen again. So we're very thankful of that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I feel for you guys over there. It's just tough.
It's been 14 months since I stood on stage. With Thunder from Down Under, 14 months actually. So, might have to make a comeback soon. What do you reckon, Daz?
I can't even imagine. Can't imagine, bro.
Yeah. Anything else, guys?
I'm just still. They're just so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
her right hand has been under the desk the whole time.
No, but seriously though, like, good for you guys for going back to like the trust thing and being letting your girl do her own thing and trusting her to handle herself, especially with not having security. Like I've had security on the road. I've also not had security on the road. And it's definitely been trials with relationships where you're like, nah, I can handle myself, and they're like, psh, and they get all masculine and all like, no, I need to. Good on you for like trusting your girl that she can handle her shit. That's cool.
Well, it's definitely it's very empowering for the relationship too, because when you're able to give that trust, and because I understand the industry as well, it is ultimately a job that you're doing. You're not really.
You have your stage.
You're not really working, right?
Yeah. You have your stage.
You guys know.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you.
You have your stage
So
person
that
and your
makes
personal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes a big difference to how you see everything, and so there's no jealousy. And
you're essentially an actor. Anytime you're a performer, you're an actor.
That's
so,
100%.
Yeah.
We're very professional. Whenever we're at work, we always keep it professional. So
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Darren, I'm so glad that you got to come on the show, man. I've known you for many decades. Brother, many decades. What do you think of this studio here? Can we get a wide shot of this studio?
I love it.
amazing.
Love all your stuff, bro.
Check this out.
Looks so good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You guys
Well, hey,
What
guys.
do you think of our studio?
Mate, I want to smoke one of those plants behind you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Bro.
Well, listen, guys.
Got my leopard print on to match.
Yeah, you do. Yep. And there's lots of boobs in the studio today. There's boobs here. There's boobs there. Me and Biffo were just smiling. There's some boobs over there, Lourdes. They're everywhere. Look at everyone. Well, Darren.
The sound guys are just, yes, I love my job.
Yeah, our sound guys are coming back in with big smiles on their faces. Darren and Tamara, thank you very much for coming on the show today, guys. I love you, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
just so
Thank
happy
you
that
for
you got to
having
come.
us.
Absolutely, anytime, and I'd love to do it again. And hopefully, when you're in Vegas, we can maybe get you in the studio. Anything you want to say before you bounce,
Oh,
guys?
Absolutely.
Just so nice to meet you,
Yeah.
and just so much respect for you guys and your family. It's awesome.
It was a pleasure
thank
meeting
Thank
you.
you. So lovely to meet you too.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Daz and Tamara. Thanks, guys. How good was that?
I
was
just
awesome.
can't get over how young they look.
I know, right?
We need to go back to Australia. That's the trick, I think.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Is there something
Definitely.
in the water?
Well, everything down there. I mean, the food down there is just you can taste the difference. I don't know what it just.
Oh, you mean Bill Gates hasn't touched it with his GMO
No.
bullshit?
Yeah, right. Oh,
He
geez,
hasn't-
Don't get me started.
This is another podcast. This is another.
I tell you what. I tell you what's funny is I was watching Russell Brand's podcast the other day, and everyone was carrying on about how much land he's bought, and they said he owns 242,000 acres, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, in Australia, that's a hobby farm.
Yeah.
Like, I worked on a place that was 600,000 acres.
Yeah.
Another couple of boys worked on a place that was 1 million acres. So I just kind of found that funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, Alex from the Aussie Project, thank you very much for coming onto the show
No worries,
today.
mate. Thank you for having me.
And-
Thanks, guys.
And the gorgeous Miss Jessa Rhodes, thank you so much for leaving your son at home and coming in here again and doing this. Thank you. Did you have fun again?
I did.
We're going to do it again?
But I'm not going to lie, I do miss him. Like, I'm not one of those moms that has separation anxiety.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I'm totally fine leaving him with
Yeah.
the right person. But, like, he'll be in the other room, and I'll come in, I'm like, I miss you. Like, I just,
That's cute. A little squishy.
No, his new nickname is Squeaks.
Squeaks.
Because, like, you know how some babies coo?
Yeah.
He makes this noise, like it's like a guinea pig. It's weird. Like, it's when he's happy, he just, and so, yeah, his name is Squeaks.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, Marcus!
Have a little gift.
Present?
You're the sweetest. Oh my God. No, you didn't. Dun, dun.
Well, I saw him wearing Yoda ears, so I'm assuming that maybe that's a little thing there. So.
He's my little baby.
Yeah. Oh, no, the
Yoda.
mask. That's my mask.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm an anti-masker. Fuck that. I'm about as conservative and anti-masking as they get. Oh my God, how cute is this though?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's from everyone here at What Happens Here podcast.
That's such a cool outfit.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
And he can wear his little Yoda hat with it.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's
Yeah.
like, it's like, I call
try
him
and get myself
the
one of
koala
those.
to my tree now because Coney Baby Products, they gave me this like wrap-on thing, and that's what it looks like. He's carrying his little baby Yoda
That's
in
cute.
his little pouch.
That's awesome. Well, so thanks for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. I
Thanks,
can't wait to do
Marcus.
it again. Thank you, Biffo.
No worries, mate.
Guys, thanks so much for watching the podcast. Don't forget, check us out on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please share, subscribe, and follow. Let everybody know about this. We're trying to build the YouTube channel up because, as you can see, we've got such a badass studio here with some amazing guests. I want to thank our sponsors, Tidl Sports Recovery Spray. It's a blast of cold like you've never felt before. I call it the game changer. I've used it, and you know when you find something that works, especially when it comes to pain, when you find something that works with pain, you want to share the wealth, you want to share the love, you want to tell people about it. I'm going to give my guests a couple of bottles today. Guys, make sure you give us a listen, give us a watch, give us a follow. This is Marcus Deegan for the What Happens Here podcast. Thanks so much. Biffo, Jessa, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Marcus. Woo!